This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spears that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. 29. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Call Loyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakodesh, V'katam, that my honor to apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwath and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. The brother Yahweh up out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh by Shem Shai. And basically, I came across a news article on the Newsbreak app. Thought of a couple scriptures. The book of Sirach being one, because the times that we're in are becoming more turbulent, because the prophecies are speaking, things are speeding up. We at the end. I just listened to the brother Bukor Moth do a video. He said it's the end of the world, which it is. He was talking about all the things going on in the world. You got all these different protests and just violence. You got a lot of protests and violence going on France right now. I saw a video the head showed me, literally, because of what's going on in Afghanistan, what people don't even realize. Literally, you had some of those Afghanistan civilians trying to jump on planes. Literally, the one elder, I met him before. I forgot what his name is. But the one brother from Miami or Florida, I forgot what camp, but he did a video about it, and basically he was talking about how Esau's a wild man and how literally, the plane was trying to take off, but these people was, they did some wild shit. They was holding on to the plane, and you had people that fell off that plane. Yeah, so, and it just wasn't surprising to see anything like this. So a couple of scriptures jumped in my head based on the title. Lord willing is edifying. It says, "Cops, elderly landlord laughed, smiled as he killed two tenants, wounded third over unpaid rent." By Crystal Bond Villain, Cox Media Group, National Content Desk. It says Las Vegas, Arnando Lozana Sanchez's tenants were late with their rent at the elderly Las Vegas landlord the elderly Las Vegas landlord was determined to handle it his way, according to prosecutors. Lozano Sanchez, 78, is accused of gunning down three of his tenants last week, killing two and seriously wounding a third. He is charged with 2 counts of murder and a single count of attempted murder, according to court records. It says Lozano Sanchez is being held without bond in the Clark County Jail during the initial court appearance on Wednesday. Lozano Sanchez spoke through an interpreter. "I don't know what I'm being accused of," he said, according to the Las Vegas Journal Review. It says, Hernando Lozano Sanchez's first words were that he doesn't know what he's accused of. He faces 3 felony charges, 2 open murder and 1 for attempted murder. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police officials said that patrol officers were called around 12:23 a.m. Tuesday to a home at 212 West Chicago Ave, where multiple gunshots have been reported. When they arrived, 5 women selected. When they arrived, they found a woman lying in the driveway, mortally wounded. Shortly after officers moved the woman from the driveway, a man stumbled out of the single-story pink house, also suffering from multiple bullet wounds. Like the female victim, he was rushed to a hospital. The male victim survived, but the woman was pronounced dead a short time later. Officers received word that the alleged shooter, Lozano Sanchez, was still inside the house. Communication was established with Lozano Sanchez, who eventually surrendered without incident. Police officials said in a statement. Officers went inside the home where they found a second slain woman. The Associated Press reported that Lozano Sanchez allegedly asked the neighbor to help him get rid of the gun. The weapon, a semi-automatic pistol, was later found hidden under a bush near the alleged gunman's property. It was unclear if anyone helped him to hide the handgun. Detectives learned that Lozano Sanchez was renting out two of the three bedrooms in his 1,120 1,120 square foot single family home. According to an arrest report obtained by the Review Journal, a witness, Adrina Ortega, told investigators that Lozano Sanchez had become angry several days before the shooting because his tenants had not paid their rent. And what is to be expected? Because you got it talks about in the scriptures about the love of because iniquity shall abound and the love of many shall wax cold. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So I'm going to get that same scripture in the blue letter so we can break down um, the word iniquity. Because iniquity is like sin upon sin, and we seeing that now, you know what I mean? This place is becoming more and more wicked. And being that that's the case,
Strong's G 458. Anamia. Anamia.
Anamia. So it says the condition of without law because ignorant of it, because of violating the contempt and violation of the law, iniquity, wickedness. So transgression of the law. So it's breaking of the law because of the fact that they they don't accept the law. You know what I mean? You got Esau E. That's and not to digress, it made me think because you got a lot of brothers going in on this topic. Like literally in our face, they're outlawing the Bible. You know what I mean? They're telling you on certain platforms you can't speak on prayer to heal. Although this country was founded, it's supposed to be founded on the scriptures. It's supposed to have been Christians that came here and founded this place. Yet still, now look how you know. Basically we live in a day and age, like I said, where they're so that's how persecution going to eventually come for standing up on what you believe. That's how this place wasn't really built on or founded on the scriptures. Because if that was the case, we would never be living in a day and age where they're talking about you could be. Although this is YouTube's platform where they can say, "Oh, we but it's a bigger agenda to all that. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's just like with speaking on the Vicky. You know what I mean? If you have anything to say about Vicky or Vanessa, I'm gonna call it Vicky. You know what I mean? But if you have anything to say about you know V because this they try to turn this into a V nation. You know, your video get flagged or taken down. I'm still getting like I remember when I got it released. I think it was like the next day. I got basically they flagged a video I had up for at least like 6 months. You know what I mean? So and guess what the title of the video was? It was called "Internment Camps Are Coming to the U.S." I forgot what the whole content of the video was about, but that's the name of the video. They never flagged it, but then all of a sudden, while they're speaking on internment camps, they flagged the video. Call a lawyer like y'all should be outside because at the end of the day, that's how we know that we're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And this ain't even a real persecution, you know. But You know, uh, so yeah, I mean, and then these people that's passing this, these eviction moratoriums. Okay, so that benefits the renter, but then what about the landlord? And it's all a balance because you got these landlords. I've had to live in places where you had slumlords and shit, but also the fact, you know, it's just funny because, like I said, you have these renters that literally was getting all this PUA money and wasn't paying rent. Yeah, you've had many cases of that. So you don't know why this guy snapped like that. You know what I mean? This isn't like an apartment building. This is his home, and he rented out rooms in his home, and then he gonna have firsthand knowledge of what's going on more so than a landlord of a building or whatnot. You know what I mean? You could assume some shit when it's a building because you may not be there, but in your home you got to see these people. So you don't know, like I said, if they come in with do shit or what, I mean, well, however the case may be. Ultimately, why he snapped like that, but ultimately it tells you in scripture, whoever perished being innocent. You know, Book of Job, chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where would the righteous cut off? At the end of the day, we all are deserving of death. You know what I mean? It tells you that in the scriptures. I think it's in the book of Ecclesiasticus. Most High, basically, I think it's Ecclesiasticus 41. It's 41 and 3. Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 3. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, over all flesh. Now, I know that's easier said than done. And then, what I mean? Like, of course, a righteous man's death tells you in the scriptures, I think in the book of Psalms 116 about, let me get it, matter of fact, about how precious is the death of the saints in the eyes of the Most High. Precious, God, yeah. Because you got to remember, we live in a place that's that pushes carnality. That's a testament to your faithfulness of Yahweh Shem Yahshua to give up your life. Look at Yahweh Shai. He gave up his life for his friends. You know, but ultimately, like I said, it tells you in the book of what's that? Psalms 68, and basically Psalm 68 and 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto Yahweh the Lord belong the issues from death. So the Lord, it tells you in the book of Samuel, First Samuel, about the Lord kills and He makes alive. So He wounds and He heals, or that's Deuteronomy. They both talk about the Lord killing and making alive, though. You know, so the Lord can actually bring your destruction, or He can bring your salvation. But ultimately, the power of life and death is in the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Lucky. Back into the article, Ortega suggested Lozano Sanchez go to court to evict the people living inside his home. The report states Lozano Sanchez told the witnesses he would handle it his way. So, that's spiritual in itself, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. Another witness, spirits created for vengeance. Another witness, Carlos Lopez, told police he and his girlfriend identified the report only as Paula, identified in the report Lopez and his girlfriend identified in the report only as Paula were standing in one of the rooms. Lopez said Paula left the room shortly before he heard the gunfire start. When Lopez looked outside the room, he saw Hernando Lazana Sanchez standing in the hallway smiling and laughing. The arrest affidavit states another of the renters, Seferino Reyes, heard the shots and opened his own door. Lazana Sanchez told Reyes he would not be able to run from him anymore, according to the document. Lazana Sanchez began to push his way into Reyes' room. Lopez could hear Reyes yelling no, and Reyes' girlfriend Dawn screaming from within the room. And they painted him like just the ultimate monster. But at the same time, this is an eyewitness testimony. Maybe it did look like like I said, maybe a spirit jumped on him. It tells you in the scriptures that the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshua is the Father of spirits. And spirits are created for vengeance. You know what I mean? Right now, you about to see more and more, death. You know what I mean? Like, the closer we get to the end, the more and more death. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I saw that video, them, those Iranians, Ishmael, literally, that's how you know it's gonna be bad in Taliban. I was thinking about another video to do on that because like literally, America made all this money dealing with Afghan, and then when the Afghanistan needed them, they basically turned their back, and that's showing you what type of devil, what type of character this motherfucker has. So why would you? These are just all different kind of um, objections and reasons why I wouldn't take, or deal with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I came across the fact that the CDC is the same organization that actually did the Tuskegee experiment, the fuck would I, you know what I mean? Like, and any so-called black man that actually is aware of any of this shouldn't, or I would think they wouldn't. But of course, you got 2/3 of our people that, you got 2/3 of our people like a nigga like Shaq that knew about Papa John's being said the racial remarks, and because Papa John's paid him, he wouldn't, became the face of Papa John's. What kind of And then the thing is, Shaq ain't like no up and coming. Shaq got money. Shaq been had money. So these niggas worship motherfucking like madmen. Maybe they be destroyed. Lopez did observe Lazada Sanchez exit the room smiling and laughing. That's pretty much the point, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Spirit jumped on this man based on the Lord, because the Lord ordains all things. It tells you in the book of Ecclesiasticus. Uh, Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. That all things bend to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus Sirach, chapter 18. I'm going to start at verse 2. The Lord only is righteous, and there's none other but he. Verse 3, who governed the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. That's a balance. And he's the king of all, and all things obey his will. So it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua for that Lazana Sanchez to for that all to take place. You know what I mean? Like, So point of the video is you're gonna see more and more incidents like that. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of incidents going on that they're not even covering. Because you gotta remember with certain things going on with like the brother brought out, he said right now rape is up. Like I think 27%. And I guarantee you it's up in a lot of them cities that was defunded by the police. You know. So, we coming into some really, really beautiful and scary times. If you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Central Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, to the statutes and commandments of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, or be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyim, La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Chakodos B'Katab, that will honor the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and sincerity. as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to Aqua about that list of learning. Lord willingly was edified. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. And the land of other nations appear like the other nations, but subscribe to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. Till next time, I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, Shalom. Shalom.